Good evening or good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, this is the interview session we scheduled from Wednesday evening, and we are right on time. As you can see, we have a guest in the studio, and he is the student who joined us immediately. We started this YouTube training, and he has been able to go through the training successfully, and he has received his certifications. Uh, he received the certifications based on the training and also his prior training and experience. This is part of our policy that when you undergo this initial training and you have good training background in related disciplines like accounting, security, criminal investigations, and other related professions like fraud examination, then you are going, after successive completion of the training, you are going to be admitted. You are going to be given a partial exemption so that you become fully qualified after completing this kind of training. He did the training and completed the three tests successfully and applied for uh, admission. After assessment, the admission was uh, awarded, and therefore is a certified forensic and investigative audit professional. He's going to introduce himself and give us his details, his background in training, his work experience background, and where he comes from. We in this studio, we expect to be joined by the global chairman of the ICFIP. The global chairman of ICFIP comes from California, but he currently resides in the state of Arizona. We had invited him and he accepted to join us. If he's not very busy and if he has not forgotten, he's going to join us as we continue with the discussion. We are also going to be joined by another professional, an accomplished professional from Lusaka, from Zambia. He is also a qualified professional and is a fellow of the Institute of the ICFIP. He is attached to the Ministry of Finance, but seconded to the Ministry of Education at the provincial headquarters, one of the provincial headquarters, as the head of audit. So he also requested that he joins us in the studio to give those who are still training some encouragement, because this kind of encouragement is what I think some of us need, because training, juggling work with the training is not easy. But when we share the experiences of how some of us trained through as we work full time, it will make your work easier as a trainer, and therefore you will be able to organize your time well and complete your training in good time. So without much ado, without wasting a lot of time, I am going to give time to our guest to introduce himself extensively before we carry on with the interview. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Vichanga, for this opportunity. I'm very glad and excited to be on this platform, on this studio, streaming live. My name is Raymond. I'm a holder of a Bachelor's of Commerce, MBA in Finance, CPA Uganda, and now currently I'm CFIAP. So I'm very glad and excited. I'm from Uganda, a resident of Kampala City, and I work with the government of Uganda under the Ministry of Local Government as the head of audit of Nakaseke District Local Government.
Thank you very much, Raymond, for your brief introduction. Can you tell us how you came to know about ICFIP? How did you know about ICFIP?
Thank you very much. At one time, I was investigating some crime. I drafted the audit report, but when I went to the anti-corruption court to submit it, I was told you are not a professional investigative auditor. So that one helped me to now to begin to know how do investigative auditors become certified. So I went through the internet, I searched until I came about this institute.
Thank you very much. So you are saying that even before you started training with us, you were in the business of investigating.
I was in audit, but I didn't know
Yes.
that professionally investigative is different from the other ordinary audits.
Yeah. So you used to do what we call special audit, and one time that special audit ended up in court, and you were asked whether you have a qualification in investigation.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. That is very good. It is interesting that you rant about this institute out of necessity. Uh,
True.
you you met you met with a challenge in the court of law, asking you to show your certification in investigation, and that is when you started doing it. That is very
Yes.
good. What can you tell us about your academic and professional experience?
Thank you. As earlier said, okay, let me start how I started. Actually,
Yes. Mm.
when I was trying to review your profile, I
Mm-hmm.
discovered that I'm following you. I first did a diploma
Mm-hmm.
in accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, I did a bachelor's of commerce accounting.
Mm-hmm.
After the bachelor's of accounting, I enrolled for CPA, Certified Public Accountant of Uganda.
Yes.
After the CPA, I enrolled for master's MBA Finance Management.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when I got the challenge: are you investigative auditor or are you an auditor?
Yes.
Then I became so serious to look how do forensic auditors, how are they certified, how they get the qualifications.
Yeah.
That's when I landed at and this International Institute of Professional Forensic Auditors and Professionals.
Very good. I can see that you have come a long way. Right from diploma, bachelor's, masters in finance, CPA, Uganda, and now certified forensic investigative auditor. That
Yes.
is very good. All these experience or academic qualifications put it together with the professional qualification in investigation now equips you well to brag to anyone else that you are an investigative auditor, but not only investigative auditor, but a forensic investigator, well equipped to investigate, not only to investigate, but also to deliver powerful uh, uh, expert testimony in a court of law. When did you start studying the forensic investigation with us? Can you remember the date when you started studying? Was it this year? Last year? When was it?
I started in this year, early
Mm-hmm.
February.
Mm.
Early February this year, 2023.
Yeah, was it in February or
Early,
March?
no, beginning of February.
Beginning of February.
Yes, please.
And as we speak now, you are able to say that you completed the online course successfully. That is within a
Yes,
period of almost 3 months.
yes, please.
What challenges did you get as you were studying and also at the same time working? What challenges did you get on your way?
Thank you. There are not much challenges because
Hmm.
already I was more interested in the course
Yes.
and I gave it as a priority. I gave it my time. I was in
Uh-huh.
need of it more than any other thing. So
Yes.
the only thing, the challenge I got is that I had to
Yes.
forego certain things you had planned. Then
Hmm.
I concentrated on this course.
That is what I
Actually,
wanted to. Yes. Caron.
this course,
Mm-hmm.
the challenges are they're not challenges.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing this course, when you're doing anything which you are committed to, there
Mm-hmm.
are certain things which you forego. You can program yourself that before I sleep,
Mm-hmm.
I have to give hours for this course. Or
Yes.
maybe if you know you are too tired, early in the
Mm.
morning, you can also give it some an hour. You wake up
Very.
early, you
Mm-hmm.
forego some sleep, you read the
Yes.
course.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to weekends,
Mm.
you give it some time, like half a day. On a
Mm-hmm.
Sunday after church, you give it time, then the course doesn't become a challenge. Actually, it
Mm.
becomes part of you because you like when you're hungry and you're looking
Uh-huh.
for food, you don't say the journey is too far to the restaurant.
No.
You find yourself on the restaurant.
You just give yourself courage. You walk there so that you eat.
Yes. So it is the same as
Very
this
good.
course.
Mm-hmm. Caron.
Same as this course. Once
Mm-hmm.
you realize its need to you, the importance to you, then doesn't there's not much challenge on it because everything you are studying, you are learning, you see actually you have been missing it. You have been missing it, so you
Mm-hmm.
are motivated to do more.
Very good.
Yeah.
You mentioned something like you avoided some things.
Yes.
It would that mean that you sacrificed part of your rest time or something like that?
Yes. True. Perfect. You have to forgo the thing is these
Mm.
leisure time, partying, football, visiting friends. After the course, you can visit them. They're not going to change. But the course, when you need it, it has some timelines because there are certain things you're going to miss without this one, without the profession. But the
Mm.
friends you can talk on the phone, time will come, you go and meet them. Football you can watch, like a Premier. It is every year. You can miss this season. Next season you watch it.
Very good. Uh, did the notes that were sent to you, because once you a student enrolls, and indicates that he or she wishes to complete the master class, that is the forensic investigation master class, we do send the study notes. We do send the study notes. Did the study notes assist you in any way? Or you just relied on the online lectures?
Actually, they did not just assist me, they supported me.
Mm-hmm.
They really supported me,
Mm-hmm.
and I took my time to ensure that when they are sent, I'm able, because I had my internet bundles. So
Yes.
whenever I was my internet bundles, I had them. Whenever I
Mm-hmm.
would be through his work, something like maybe after dinner, I load
Mm-hmm.
my internet. I go on them. I read through. And actually, they were not only for academic purposes, they were
Mm-hmm.
also helping me at workplace because these are real challenges. The only thing, the difference is these are for forensic audit. The other one is special audits, where we don't go too much in deep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the only difference. So it was a two-way.
Oh, that is very good. That's very good. How did you find the online lectures? Did you attend any of the online lectures?
Yes, they assisted me greatly,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and I was able to do the test on time. I was doing them on time.
That, thank you very much for that brief response. How
You're most
uh,
welcome.
how did you find how did you find the tests?
No,
Because the tests, yes.
the tests are not so much challenging. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing they target your reasoning, how you interpret certain things, because the
Mm-hmm.
tests are in the ordinary English, normal
Mm-hmm.
English which we use every day. But they are
Yes,
testing
the
how do
simple English,
you
yeah.
internalize, Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
how do you internalize the
The
question which
course
has been
content.
asked.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very good. Now, what do you think can be done to improve the online lectures so that it can be interesting to the students and whoever attends them?
I will propose that
Mm-hmm.
the the study lectures they should be
Mm-hmm.
more interactive,
Mm-hmm.
whereby there is a question and answer approach. Students are
Mm-hmm.
able to
Mm-hmm.
ask where there maybe things are not clear, where things
Yes.
are not the way they expected them, so that it becomes interactive. That
Mm-hmm.
one helps somebody to grab it internally.
Very good. To internalize the course content better.
Yes.
But we have tried to have in such interactive sessions before. I remember, if I'm not wrong, we have had about three of such interactive sessions. The first one was very interactive in the actual sense, but the 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 others were very dull because the
Mhm.
students or the audience expected the expected us to lecture them. They did not ask questions. They did not make comments. They appeared not prepared. Something like that. How can we make the audience or our regular listeners to be more participative? Because they are not participating. We do schedule an interactive session like the one you have proposed, but when we come to it, you find that they are not asking questions, they are not commenting, they are not raising any issues. They just expect us to lecture them. So, what do you think can be done to encourage them to participate?
Yeah, it is a challenging question. and it's
Yeah.
and it is a real challenge. But I can propose that
Uh-huh.
the moderators, the don't know, the moderators, the lecturers
Mm-hmm.
should motivate the participants to be more interactive.
Mm-hmm.
For example, randomly
Mm-hmm.
you can ask some comment from somebody who is online.
Mm-hmm.
Randomly, just say, "Hey, I've seen John. Uh-huh.
Mm.
What?
What
Just
you have to
what
say?
what do you have to say about something? You
Mm-hmm.
make people to be interactive, although
Mm-hmm. Mm.
at the start it might be difficult because some people may try to hide from their faces, but
Yeah.
with time, they'll get used to it and can
Okay.
improve. Mm.
That is very good. That is point taken. We will try to employ that technique to see whether we can have more interactive sessions. In fact, these interactive sessions are the best
Yes,
because we do issue the notes in advance for the students to read, and therefore, when we set to an interactive session, we expect all of them to participate because we have already read the notes. So it should be in a form of discussion. Those who did not understand certain areas should be able to raise the questions so that they get responses even from other students. And those maybe who would like it to criticize the training notes in some section are allowed to do so. It is very good when a student does some constructive criticism. For example, when I was talking about the three internal controls types of internal controls, I got one student who was very good, and he engaged me in an argument. It was like saying that there are no three types of internal controls. There are only two. So we had to argue. He had to give all the evidence he had to show that there are only two types of internal controls. And I had also to convince the student by giving him the reasons why I think that there are three as opposed to four. That is constructive criticism, which makes one to internalize the course content so well. And that's what we expect, not just uh, not just to keep quiet and listen to others. In fact, research has shown that when you actively participate by asking a question, commenting, you run more. You get to run more than when you are keeping quiet and just absorbing the lectures. Thank you very much. Up to that point.
you're welcome.
Now, do you have anything to comment outside what I've been asking you?
Yes, I have
Yes.
some. I have some advice
Mm-hmm.
to the fellow students who are
Mm.
on course.
Mm-hmm.
This course requires concentration.
Mm-hmm.
It requires you give it time. Mhm. And we have a saying that for example, if today you say you are coming to Uganda, mhm, although you may not have the money, but
Mm-hmm.
once you make a target, you want to come to Uganda, you will find all sources of getting the money. So if my friends they give it time that they want to finish the course to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
they will get it. And they need just to prioritize
Mm-hmm.
it as the number one.
Mm-hmm.
They will get it.
That is very good. That is very good. What you are saying is that the student should not fear the cost. but they should
Yes.
organize themselves for the training, and as they train, the resources will organize themselves.
Yes.
And what we are doing, if you checked, what we are doing, and this is what we have been doing from January when we started this training, is that we are not making it mandatory for any participant to make advance payment. We want first to train. Once we have trained and the student is ready to do the tests, he or she can do the tests and complete them, all of them successfully. And after that completion is when the student will consider the payment. So it is not money fast. If I can say, it is not money fast. It is training fast. Train fast. This training, if you are aiming at professional training, professional qualification, you can train for 6 months without even paying a single cent. You train, you complete the course, and then you pay once you have completed. Tuition is payable after course completion. So as you train, you will be motivated to be looking for funds. Because if you wait for the funds to be ready before you start training, funds will never be ready. Funds like being forced to be ready. You force the funds to be ready. As as you train, you're getting motivated more and more. So you now say, for example, if you attempt test one and pass with something like 76%, that will motivate you to start saving, because you can see that you are heading somewhere. So it is good advice to the students that let them
Andy,
study the journey, let them
Andy,
study the journey, and then the resources will put themselves together. You want to comment
ac-
something?
yes, actually,
Yes.
among the global courses, this
Mm-hmm.
one is among the cheapest one. Among the
Is
global courses,
is among the
among the global ones. So,
let not the cheapest. That
yes, among the
language you have used, the cheapest,
okay, the cheapest
indicating that
among
it
the
is of low quality.
no, 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 because when you check
uh,
other global courses, this is the professional
mhm,
courses, the CPAs,
mhm,
the CPA,
mhm.
these other courses. This is
Yes,
a cheaper course. So
yes,
some of us even we wanted to finish it before the money is increased. We thought maybe the money can be revised. Say, let
yes.
me finish before before the money is revised.
And it is deliberate. Do you know what? It is deliberate. When we started, if you run the history of this training, when we started offering this training on forensic investigation master class in January 2016, it was absolutely free. And some of our people, uh, those who saw our adverts on social media, online, they started suspecting that we were out to maybe to get their contacts and sell them. That is, we were scam. But it was a deliberate strategy to promote the excellence of forensic investigation. If you look at our motto, it is to promote the excellence of forensic investigation globally. So to promote the excellence, we were to make it available to any person who wished to train, so that no one will have an excuse that this course is too expensive. Forensics is too expensive. if they search online, it is good you have made that observation. If you search online for a conference, just a conference or a workshop for 3 days, it is costing up to 3,000 US dollars just for 3 days. But ours is to promote the excellence in the forensic investigation skills, and therefore the cheapness is deliberate,
No, the
so
low
that
cost
we,
is.
yeah, it is deliberate, so that we get that excuse uh, away from people that the course is expensive. I do not have money to undertake the training. In fact, we are doing this training as a pastor does the preaching. You know, you just preach around the streets for free. They even issue Bibles for free, the Gideon International for free. And then it now depends on the converts to see how much they have got converted, so that they give some offerings to the pastor. So our main aim is to promote the excellence of forensic investigation skills, not money. And then students will be contributing small amounts of money to keep the organization running. Thank you very much. Do you have anything to say? I think we are about coming to the end. Do you think that the skills you learned are of help to your current job assignment?
Yes, thank you. The skills I learned, they are two way. There's on the job and in the daily life. They help in the daily life and also help on the job. So it is a two way. I will not say that these skills I'm using it in only on the job, but
Yes.
as I do my daily things, daily survival, they help me a lot.
Very
So it is
good.
a two way.
So you mean to say that the training did not only prepare you for your work assignment, but also prepare you as a person as a whole, so that you are
Yes.
aware of what is going around, and you are able to avoid the tricksters, the fraudsters around, who can come around, maybe fire phone, trying to fish your information so that they take cash from your bank. Is that what you are saying? That it has now made you more aware and more secure as a person, as a whole?
Yes, perfect as I have explained.
Absolutely. That is the aim of this kind of training. Thank you very much for that training, and thank you for paying our first fruit. You are the first to qualify and get certified through this program since we started in January. And I think the interview you have given us will go a long way in encouraging others to complete their training and become certified. Do you have anything remaining to say
I
before
would,
I get a comment or two from the audience?
I would only encourage members.
Mm-hmm.
This course, first of all, is I said I should not say low cost. Okay, it is
Mm.
affordable course,
Yes.
and it is an affordable course. And when you internalize it, it helps us in what we do in a daily, not only on work, just in our home things. And it also helps us to think and reason so you can understand. When you are like in a certain forum, you also can talk and you are recognized as a professional, investigative, auditor, or professional. So I encourage members just to give it time. It doesn't take long, and these are things we do daily. The course just streamlines us more to be streamlined. That's what I can say.
Thank you very much. I will now take a few comments from the audience. We still have 24 minutes. So I will allow the audience to ask you some questions because I've done my part, or they comment, they do some comment. There is one question already from Clinton Odhiambo Onyango. Is asking this question. That one. Kindly elaborate on the qualifications, cost, and the duration of the course. As we have already said, the course is very affordable. If you want to get certified, you only have to go through the course content, attempt the tests, some of which are already recorded on YouTube, and then you become, if you complete the test successfully, you become certified. The cost is 365 USD, payable after successful completion of the course. 365 USD. And the qualification is that you must be, before you enter the training, you must be having a bachelor's degree or an enrolled university student to study the training. A degree is required. Fresh high school graduates are not allowed, but if they are working, like they are working in security, for example, in law enforcement, and they are just high school graduates, they are allowed to train with us. They are allowed to train with us, and what will happen is that if they do not have requisite investigative experience, they will get a certificate of participation, which will go a long way in assisting them in their work. And as they gain experience in investigation, for example, if we are attached to the CIDs or to regulatory government agencies which deal with investigation, if they accumulate about 5 years of investigation, practical investigation experience, in addition to their high school certificate, they can be allowed to become professionals and be certified and be admitted as fully certified members of the ICFIP. At the ICFIP, experience, practical experience is held supreme, because your practical experience is more important than theory. So if you have that part of experience, then the academic side will be supported and be strengthened. I think I've answered this question. I don't know whether Raymond has something to add.
This may I would like to comment on the duration.
Yeah.
The duration depends on the time, how you prioritize it. It can be less than 6 months, or it
Yeah.
can go beyond.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I forgot about the duration, and he has reminded me. Duration of training can be, if you are targeting professional training, it can be from 4 months to 6 months if you have a lot of time to read here and there and be able to pass the tests. If not possible, if you are very busy, it can take you up to 12 months. If you are too busy and sometimes you stop the training, it can take you up to 36 months. And that is maximum you can take to complete a professional course. According to our experience, some of the executives who work very hard in targeting certification have been able to complete the course within 3 months. So it will depend on how much time you spend on the training per day. It is very, very flexible. It is not like the training which runs from one calendar year, from one academic year to another. These are professional training, and it much depends on how much you spend on it, because it is much of it is self study. And self study means you arrange your training program by your own self, and then once you complete and pass the tests, you are through. We will not hold you down to many number of months or number of years. We are not much interested in the duration. We are interested in the grasp of the course content and the ability to apply the same in your work assignments. Next, we have Ruth with this. I think this is a comment. He's saying, "Welcome on board, Mr. Raymond, to the home of forensic experts. Much obliged. The ICFIP made a greater impact in your area of profession." Ruth Oro is the chairperson of the Kenya chapter. So she's simply welcoming you to the global community of professional investigators.
Madam Rusi, I'm most welcome.
Now we had Peter, Peter Kirumbi. Peter Kirumbi is there. What you have to say, Peter Kirumbi? Are you there still? What you have to say? Our guest advised us to give you opportunity to make a comment, even if you are not ready to comment. Can I see your comment? We still have time. Peter Kirumbi, can I still have can I have a comment from you before we wind up? We have 4 people live, but they have not indicated, they have not given any comment. Can you make comments? We still have 17 minutes. Can you make comments? We see you can even welcoming the newly qualified professional is a good comment. It will encourage him. Make a comment. I think we are through, because I can see there are no more comments. And the guests we expected the global chairman to join us. It appears he's still asleep. Or I might have forgotten the appointment. He comes from California, but currently resides in Arizona. He might have forgotten, or he might have overslept. We can forgive him because he's a senior citizen, and if he forgets, we can at least understand. And then we had an appointment with another professional from Zambia, head of provincial auditing section, but he works with the Minister of Finance, secondary to the provincial education office. He's a CFIP and also FCFIP. He's a fellow of the institute. He wanted to join us, but it appears he's also late. So I thank you very much, Raymond, CVIP Raymond, for joining us. You have given us very good advice. That is what Clinton says, That is his comment. You have given us very good advice, and we welcome you to the global community of forensic investigators. This is the start. We will be involving you even in training others. Next time you join, next time you join us in the studio, you will join us as a trainer. That is what Ekethro says, Kebawese. That is what he says. He welcomes you also. Thank you very much for listening, and bye-bye. On Wednesday, or Tuesday morning, I'm going to deliver a lecture on the steps of forensic investigation process. I will do that lecture in the morning. So if you have the time, you can join it live. If not, you can replay it later and then you listen. Thank you very much, and bye bye.